And what if your greatest obstacle isn't laziness, but biology?
Have you ever noticed something strange about your own mind? You can know exactly what you should do and still find yourself doing the opposite. You know exercise will improve your health. You know reading will expand your mind. You know building new skills can change your future. Yet somehow, tomorrow becomes next week becomes next month, and before you realize it, another year has quietly disappeared. So here's the question that changes everything. Why does your own brain seem to resist the future you say you want? For years, many people believed the answer was simple: lack of motivation, laziness, no discipline. But modern psychology tells a very different story. Your brain is not trying to make you fail, it's trying to protect you. And that's exactly where the problem begins. Long before humans built cities, started businesses, or dreamed about becoming successful, our ancestors faced a completely different challenge. Every day was a fight to survive, food was scarce, predators were real, energy was precious. The human brain evolved with one primary mission: keep you alive, not rich, not famous, not productive, alive. Every decision your brain makes still passes through that ancient survival system. Whenever something feels unfamiliar, uncertain, or uncomfortable, your brain quietly asks one question: is this safe? And if the answer is uncertain, it encourages you to stay exactly where you are. This is why comfort feels so convincing. Comfort isn't always what's best for you. Comfort is simply what your brain already understands. Now imagine two roads. The first road is smooth. You've walked it thousands of times, scrolling your phone, watching one more episode, skipping today's workout, delaying the project until tomorrow. Your brain smiles. I know this road. The second road is different. Learning a difficult skill, starting a business, waking up before sunrise, walking into a gym for the very first time, speaking in front of strangers. Everything feels uncertain. Your brain hesitates. I've never been here before. Most people assume that uncomfortable feeling means they're making the wrong decision. But what if it's actually evidence that they're moving toward growth? What if the feeling you're trying to avoid is the very feeling that successful people learn to embrace? That's where neuroscience gives us another clue. Every decision you repeat strengthens a neural pathway. Imagine walking through a dense forest. The first time, it's difficult. Branches block your path. Every step requires effort, but return tomorrow. And the next day, then the next. Eventually, the forest becomes a trail, then a road. Finally, it becomes the easiest direction to walk. Your brain works the same way. Every repeated thought, every repeated decision, every repeated habit creates a stronger pathway. That's why bad habits become automatic. Not because they're stronger, because they're familiar. The more often you choose comfort, the more your brain believes comfort is your identity. But here's the beautiful truth: neural pathways are not permanent. Your brain is constantly changing. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself through repeated experience. That means every disciplined action, every difficult choice, and every small promise you keep to yourself is more than a task completed. It's a vote for a new identity. This explains why lasting success rarely happens overnight. You're not just changing behavior, you're reshaping the architecture of your own mind. Now, think back to one of psychology's most famous experiments. A child sits alone in a quiet room. On the table rests a single marshmallow. The researcher makes a simple offer: eat it now or wait, and you'll receive two instead. At first glance, it looks like a test of willpower, but something fascinating happened. The children who waited often didn't stare at the marshmallow. They turned away, covered their eyes, sang songs, invented games. They changed their environment instead of relying on determination alone. Decades later, psychologists revisited those findings. They found that delayed gratification matters, but so do trust, opportunity, and the environment a child grows up in. The lesson for us isn't that successful people have superhuman willpower. It's that they build conditions that make good choices easier. And perhaps no one illustrates this better than the world's highest performers. When people look at Elon Musk, they often see intelligence. When they look at Cristiano Ronaldo, they see trophies, but they rarely see the thousands of ordinary decisions hidden beneath those achievements. Structured calendars, deliberate practice, recovery routines, preparation, consistency. Did they always feel motivated? Almost certainly not. They're human, just like the rest of us. The difference is that they didn't build their lives around feelings. They built them around systems. Because motivation is emotional. Systems are intentional. Motivation asks, do I feel like doing this today? A system quietly replies, it's already scheduled. And that's one of the greatest psychological secrets of high performers. They remove as many decisions as possible because every unnecessary decision drains mental energy. The fewer battles you fight with yourself, the more energy you have to move forward. So perhaps the question isn't, how do I become more motivated? Perhaps the better question is, what system can I build today that my future self won't have to negotiate with tomorrow? Because success is rarely one extraordinary moment. It's thousands of ordinary decisions, made consistently until they become part of who you are. And that brings us to an even deeper mystery. If our habits shape our future, then what shapes our habits? The answer isn't your goals. It isn't your motivation. It isn't even your discipline. It's something much deeper. Your identity. And in the next episode, we'll uncover why the story you tell yourself about who you are may be the most powerful force shaping the life you live.